Most people don't need more medications. They need better testing, more integrative approaches, and somebody that will actually listen to them. Choosing the right med spa means choosing innovation, reputation, skill, and artistry. It's not about choosing who's the cheapest, and it's definitely not about choosing who's the most popular on social media. I found a niche in helping people feel better about themselves. As somebody who's been on the wrong side of Western medicine for a really long time, who also struggles with body dysmorphia, I'm able to actually give back to people everything I've ever struggled with. Patients are people. They have real concerns and real issues that deserve to be seen and heard. Social media, unfortunately, makes looking in the mirror depressing, and Western medicine is no longer healing people. Every device in this clinic has FDA clearance. All the supplements on the shelf have clinical data to support them, as well as being third-party tested. We cherry pick our skincare lines based on their data. We constantly go back for education because it's important to us that we bring the most innovative approaches to root cause medicine, as well as our technology selections and the treatments that we provide. On the med spa side, we don't choose the devices that we have or the products that we use to inject based on trends. We always choose by what works for our patients and what has the strongest clinical evidence. On the wellness side, it's never guesswork. Being able to approach medicine from the root cause foundation means having a deep understanding about lab values, external influences, and being actually open to the integration of spirituality. Hormones are life. We've helped thousands of men and women get their lives back. They have more confidence, they get their libido back, they get their energy back, they get their mental clarity. More importantly, they get healthy. When you restore broken physiology, the mind and the body can heal. We don't chase trends. We believe in raising the standard of care in medicine and treating the whole person. Here, people are not just revenue, they're patients, but they're also our family. So Carly started with me about 10 years ago. She came to me as a certified laser tech. She was barely 20 years old, and I just thought, there is no way, she's gonna stay. And here we are 10 years later. She got 2 separate degrees in nursing. She's learned how to be an excellent injector. She's got quite the following. And she's also going back to school to be a family nurse practitioner. So always having new aspirations, always growth. I've got to be with her for all of her stages of life. Often people automatically think we're family or best friends because when they engage with us or the staff, they're like, are you guys related? Pretty much. Yeah. I think when you spend 10 years with somebody, you're family, period. So it's always important to me to get Carly's feedback and see, how she's feeling every day. And, her opinions matter. And so we're going to sit here and talk a little bit about our patients and how she feels about being here and why it matters to her.
I always say vanished raised me through my early 20s.
Amen.
My mid 20s, my babies. Now I feel like I'm still young, but
I think one of the things that we see, I see the most common of people coming into the practice from other practices, it's always that cookie cutter technical approach. Maybe they went for lip filler and somebody broke their heart and told them that they needed to inject, 5 other things. And they always try to train you on, here's how you sell the patient everything that they need. And I don't think we operate that way. I think first we want to know, what you're feeling when you look in the mirror and what you want to talk about, right? If you want an open-ended conversation, we'll give you an open-ended evaluation and treatment plan, but we've never been designed around selling anything. Yeah. But if we think it's not right for you, we call it like a filler timeout list or a no list.
Oh, 100%.
Or we will put people on we call it aesthetics timeout, because sometimes what they want to do is not what's going to be best for them. So I think that's what I admire about all of you guys, is that you kind of stick to that same belief system.
Agreed.
That we really are here for the patient, and we're here for the best outcome, and we're here for each other. And it means a lot to me to have the same level of morality, across the board.
I
What are
agree.
your thoughts?
I feel like we all practice with a good ethical code.
For sure.
I mean, throughout schooling and all of that, you're taught to uphold ethics. And I think there's a gray area in aesthetics.
Yeah.
100%. It's easy to fall, like we talked about, with the trends, or providers can just sell patients, but really treating as a whole and assessing patients as a whole, they're here for a reason. They're not here because they're sick, right? They're here because they want to feel better. What they see in the mirror, we probably don't see.
Well,
just
if you
like
could
when we
see-
look in the mirror.
Yeah.
We
We're all
have
hard
our
on
thing.
ourselves. We're
100%.
we're all hard.
Which
And-
we need to be less hard on ourselves, but
And we try to teach that to our patients, that sometimes whatever you see in the mirror is not what everybody else sees. And so we have that conversation with ourselves, and we have that conversation with each
Yes.
other, and then we have the conversation with the patient, because sometimes we really need to talk them out of what they think that they see, because it's really important to us how people feel. The other crazy thing that I feel like I see a lot is the cheap, high concentration of hyaluronic acid fillers. So fillers have been demonized for a while, and I think justifiably so, right? Everybody's trying to get the cheapest product that lasts the longest, and what we're seeing is uneven breakdown. People aren't happy with the way things look. We go to re-inject and over top of it, and we can't hardly even get through the product to get to the tissue. So
pillow face even.
yeah, which
Too
is
much filler.
which is a side
Bad
effect
product.
of product selection and poor placement, which is why you shouldn't just go to anyone who can inject. People are going to parties, getting stuff done in environments where if you need something reversed, they don't even have access to that. They're opening single-use vials, in a salon and using it over and over and over again. And then what happens if you have a complication?
Yeah, there's no
Who are you going to
follow-up.
call? Are you going to go back to that provider? Are they going to drive all the way down to you? And I started out as an injector of parties, so it feels like a double-edged sword. Like, I hate to pick on people that's the way that they're conducting business, but the truth is, after knowing everything that I know, the level of risk,
Oh yeah. Well, aesthetics has evolved since
100%.
every year.
You're breaking the skin barrier, you're higher risk for infection, then you're doing it in an environment that's
Yeah.
unsanitary. So we see a lot. We
Yeah.
see a lot. And then, with the wellness side, everything seems to cross over. Carly, since coming to work for me, has learned a lot about her body
Oh yes.
and her health.
Yeah.
And it's always an ongoing
Oh yeah,
evaluation.
up and down. And I think a lot of women, even men, can relate to that,
Absolutely.
Especially if you've never been one weight your whole life, or you've been all the different sizes. I'm prime example of that, and
Successful weight loss
Yeah.
and then regain and then
Yeah.
weight loss. Yeah.
babies, the hormones.
Well, let's talk about a little bit about
Tell
men.
yourself.
Let's talk about the men in aesthetics.
Yeah.
Finally.
They're here.
They're finally coming.
I promise they come.
A lot of times it's the wives. They'll bring the husbands in because they got injected.
Yeah.
The wives got injected and they don't like their husband's wrinkles. They don't even know what they're getting when they come.
Yes.
They're like, I don't know, but my wife said I had to come
I
here.
feel like we even have a lot of late 20s, early 30s
Preventative.
single men who actually now feel empowered to take care of themselves,
Without embarrassment.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're not doing something that's only made for women. So we've
Yeah.
actually changed a lot of our website colors, a lot of our branding to make sure that it's not so closed
No,
off.
I agree.
Because really we really do. We treat everybody, whether it's on the wellness side for like hormone replacement therapy, chronic fatigue, GI issues, autoimmune, or it's the aesthetic side. So then you have all of your skin treatments and your lasers and your injectables, and it's nice to see the changes in the diversity
Oh yeah,
for sure.
the world of peptides.
Oh boy.
I feel like that's really
That's the
brought
next
in.
generation, yeah.
There's a lot of changes with that coming. Back to the trend.
Well, let's
but
make sure that we tell everybody, just because someone can sell you a peptide or you can buy it online does not make it safe. Should be prescribed, especially by somebody who's certified. I see
Yeah.
that all day long. Oh, let's just do some GHCKU for
Yeah.
your hair growth. Okay, did you do any lab work? Nope. Bought it off
Yeah.
some online
Check any
distributor.
markers.
Yeah, I've got plenty of pictures where people have brought me in peptides with particulates at the bottom, and it's contaminated. It's not even safe for use, and people are injecting that into their bodies.
wild.
It's Wild West out there, absolutely.
Even in aesthetics, Korean Botox.
Yeah.
Market stuff.
Ordering it online and
Injecting.
self-injecting, and then coming to our office for us to fix it because there's a reason why you shouldn't inject yourself at home. If you have not been properly trained or done some degree of internship, like a 2-day certificate is not.
No.
It's not training. It just says, hey, here's the safety basics, go on.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you should actually spend some time with somebody and learn, because you really are doing something medical.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been the whole next level nightmare. All right, so David just celebrated his 6th year with me. My first memory of David was his interview. Showed up to the interview, went excellent. And by the way, he was a patient prior. So the girls had all gotten together and suggested that I hire him. So I thought, I'll take him to dinner. We'll see what happens. On the way out, he was so worried about me getting wet, he wanted to walk me to my car with an umbrella. So that just explains David's entire caring behaviors and personality in a nutshell. So the feedback that I constantly get about David from his patients is how much he cares and how authentic he is and how sweet he is. And so on a routine basis, that's all we ever hear. And I think David sometimes doesn't give himself enough credit for what a good job he does do. So I figured it would be fun just to sit and talk about a little bit about what David's seeing in the aesthetics industry, and the feedback from some of his patients, and why he chose Vanished.
Well, I chose Vanished, first of all, because I was coming here as a client, and I really liked the personalities and felt welcoming when I came in. Everything was explained to me very well, what to expect, when things would go in effect, and it just felt like Vanish, we really cared. Well, I mean, I guess they cared at the time, but now with being part of the team now, it just shows that there was a lot of caring and just, they give you the expectations of what you're gonna get.
What's your least favorite thing about working here? I already know what it is.
My least favorite thing?
It's assembling furniture.
Yes, I hate putting I have put so much furniture together.
David is literally the assembler of all things. So if you're sitting on it, he probably built it. If you see it, David probably built it. Trash can holder, David built it.
Not all by myself, though. I did have help from others.
So we should probably, on the website, instead of having David's profile picture, it really should probably be with a screwdriver.
Yes, that is very true. I have...
How many things do you think you've assembled?
I don't know. Probably over 200 things, maybe? I don't know. That's probably exaggerated.
Every piece of furniture, 2 locations.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
And moving stuff, Yeah. Trying to figure out how to fix things can be stressful, certain things that we've had to, keep up to date. But that can be stressful, but that's what YouTube's for. You learn a lot.
And David doesn't like change.
No.
When we change anything, David doesn't like change.
And I'm very much over worrier. I worry a lot.
Worries about his patients. So if you left here and he does not know that you are absolutely enthusiastically happy with whatever transpired, I promise you he is thinking about you all night long.
And probably for the next couple days. Or until I see you again.
Yep.
And then, of course, since I do care, I want all my clients to have a good experience when they receive procedures, but sometimes things happen that aren't necessarily, planned, and it's very hard to, accept that sometimes, but that is part of being in the aesthetics world. There are things that are out of control that we don't necessarily know how you're going to react, and we just, I try to, I over exaggerate a lot of things to my clients. Just because I prepare for the worst, and I'm just always listening, and so a lot of my clients have said that they appreciate the fact that I'm over-exaggerating things, because then if they experience, they know about it, and if they don't experience, they're happy with, the recovery of some of the procedures that we do. But yeah, so the aesthetics world is, the last, I would say probably last year?
I'd say the last couple years.
Yeah, last couple of years. One of my favorite things that people are starting to do are go more natural. So looking more natural, not being not being overdone, which is, and a lot of people are speaking out more about that. And because, I feel like, social media can play into a lot of marketing toward insecurities of others. And, when that happens, it's not.
It's like a frenzy to buy things
Yeah.
or do things that they shouldn't do.
Yeah, and it's just, once it becomes like that, it's not more about, they're not more of the client, they're more of a transaction. Instead of, really taking the time to get to know them and work on their skincare. And, a lot of times, I have clients that they may have, put skincare or health on the back burner for a few years because of other things. And, it's really nice to come in when they come in and they are wanting to focus on, oh, I just feel like my skin's a little dull, or, I feel like I have a few fine lines. And it's really nice that they'll come in and I can help them through that journey of getting the skin that they want and feeling more confident in themselves. To me, that is the most rewarding aspect of what I do.
Well, and you should tell them. I mean, David took the time, all of our skincare products,
Yes.
to go through them individually, double check for carcinogens, double check for chemicals. Every time that we implement a new product, whether it's on the back bar or whether it's on the retail shelf,
We
it is
usually
done through thorough evaluation
Yeah.
of making sure that it is safe, for the long term for the patient.
There's a lot of research on the product, and as well as we actually try out the products, some of the products.
Absolutely. Everybody
before
here-
we
yeah.
everybody here tries out products before we actually sell them, because we want to make sure that we're offering the best products and services that we can offer with the patient and for their skin. And so that's one of the things that I really enjoy about what I do.
When David came on as an esthetician, his dream when he started working here was to be able to do more advanced work with skin. So he wasn't already a certified laser technician. He was an esthetician and a cosmetologist, and I pushed him. I was like, "You're too good. You're too good.
She always pushes
You need to do
me.
more. You can do more. It's gonna be okay." And I just remember complete panic mode. Next thing you know, I would say that's probably 75% now what you do.
Yeah, I would say, it's probably one of my top procedures that I do. One of my top favorite procedures that I do with Vanished. If I could,
And he's good.
list it, it would, in order, it'd be, hydrofacials, lasers, microneedling. So probably my favorite things to do here at Vanished.
Absolutely. And I admire your loyalty,
Well,
commitment.
when you work around a lot of
Women.
which I have all my life.
You learn to acclimate.
Literally, I've always had
Everybody needs a David in the office.
Every job I've
That's what we
had,
always say.
I've always had women. That's always been but I'm surrounded by a lot of independent, strong, hardworking women that are always pushing themselves. And always, learning new advanced things or coming up with new research. Deanna tells me or talks to us about every other week, like, hey, did you see this research? And so she'll send it to us, and it'll come up, and it's something that's not even been on our radar. So, and it pushes you when you're surrounded by people that are also pushing themselves just to be a better provider.
Let's talk about trends. So trends in social media, right? They're trending.
Yes, they
Do
are
we
trending.
always agree with them? No, but sometimes I would say we do. I think the hard part with trends is that our patients, the providers, they see it, they come to the office, those are what they think is best for them, but in reality, they don't have the science behind it, the safety. So in their head, they think, oh, this is going to give me the best results, but it's also possible they're not a good candidate for it.
Well, because a lot of times the influencers aren't the ones that are actually using those products, and
They're getting paid.
They're getting paid to promote those products when actually those products aren't necessarily good for everybody.
Yeah, agreed.
And even if they're made like with estheticians and injectors and chemists that know about ingredients, they aren't necessarily formulated that way.
Yeah, they lose sight.
Yeah, they can really damage your skin barrier. They can cause you to have reactions to other devices or treatments that you get done.
Yeah, well, talk about at-home treatments that we
Home
see.
treatments, one of the biggest
The
things.
pins, the
The
microneedling
microneedling pins, the lasers at home.
Yeah.
The lasers that they use at home are not safe.
Yeah.
And they're not effective because they're not going to be for every skin type.
Yeah.
The ones that they use at home are generally a broad.
Now, do you use a red
range.
light
Yes,
face
I
mask
do
at
use a
home?
red
I
light.
do too.
I use a red light
Those
therapy
are
mask at
beneficial
home.
if you have the correct
Yes, but
one.
you have to make sure that the nanometers are
Yes.
up above a certain percentage
Yeah.
for it to be effective, and you have to be dedicated to doing it 2 to 3
Routinely.
times for 30 minutes a day. Those times.
Yeah.
You can't just put it on once and expect this.
Yeah, agreed.
Great.
I think providers become very transactional in their care, and they lose sight that it is a medical treatment they are receiving, it's medical products they're receiving, and it needs to be handled as so,
Yeah.
right? Not just to come in, we sell you on the highest paying laser, the highest paying product, because in the end, the cost isn't what's important.
Exactly.
It's their outcomes
It's
and
the
their safety.
skin health, skin barrier, long term, keeping it
Yes.
long term, because people are like, for instance, I know that we've talked about people wanting some trap talks or like
Yeah.
stuff like that. That stuff's not
The facial slimming, the,
the
fat
facial slim-
removal.
fat removal. Those aren't going to be beneficial long term, and if you remove too much of that stuff or add too much, you're going to not look.
Yeah.
It's not going to.
There's lots of trends and there's lots of controversy
Yes, exactly.
in the aesthetic world.
I do like the aspect that a lot of people are speaking out more about doing more natural, adding volume to the skin, doing facials.
Biostimulatories you're talking
Yes,
about.
biostimulators, and focusing more on skin health instead of just all over a look. They want to change a
Yeah.
look. So I do appreciate the fact that more people are sticking up for
Yeah.
taking those steps to age
Agree.
gracefully.
Yeah, I agree.